Hello everyone, this is Elise YouTube channel Radiant Butterfly 24. Today is Tuesday, June 17th, 2025, and it is about 4:30 a.m. in the morning. And let's just say this is part 2 because I just uploaded the first video for you all to take a look at. So this is going to be part 2. And I just want you all to see how the drone has moved over near this window here. So it's not like hidden in between the leaves and the trees. It's right there across from my window. Up here watching, invading somebody's privacy. Early in the morning. And I know you all can hear the birds singing and chirping early in the morning. Now it was over in that direction. Now it has moved over here. But this is the drone that's always appearing like it's the sun within the area here. And it's not the sun, it's the drone. The sun being drawn. So I want you all to take a look at it. And the residents on that other side of the community and this community, they know what's going on. They're complicit in this organized targeting. So I thought I would do another video, part 2. Now I'm gonna tell you all, like I want to say, like yesterday and the day before, I was trying to get some videos and pictures like off of my my phone and putting it to a storage drive. And I went to like look for some videos I had mentioned in the part 1 video that I had just uploaded about the resident that's across that back wall there with the beaming lights of them having like a landscaper that came and cut the grass like a couple of days ago, and I had did a video. I can't even find the video. I think that they were doing something with you know, when I was trying to like upload the pictures and videos to the storage drive. And because I noticed something then when other pictures and the videos being uploaded to the storage drive, as if it was like making a copy or something. But some of the videos and images that I had, it didn't get uploaded to the storage drive. So it's them that's doing what they're doing. So I can't I wanted to upload that video, but the video where the so-called landscaper was on a red riding lawnmower and the perp had on red shorts. So they did something with that video. So I won't be uploading because I was trying to put videos and images like within a folder, and I don't even see that one. But wanted to tell you all this story real quick. So it was I want to say like a couple of days ago. I had went to this dollar store, and so of course, okay, so when I had pulled up at the dollar store, it was like I want to say like no more than like it was like 4 cars in the parking lot. So one of the cars was like pulling off because I guess it was they were informed they were perps, they were informed that I was getting ready to pull up in the parking lot. So instead of me going into the entrance where they thought I was gonna go in, I went into the second entrance, and I saw that they was like riding around or whatnot, and they ended up going out on the street. And so I kind of like once I went into that second entrance, I kind of like um, stood there and was watching a person, when they had drove out on the street. And so I noticed how they had their arm out the window. And I was like, yeah, that was a perp that just pulled off from the store. So what I think that they do is they sit up in the parking lots, and then they inform the manager's employees that you're on the premises, and because of the drone that's in the air. So I ended up parking, and it was like 3 cars in the parking lot or whatnot. So I went inside. Wasn't that many people in the store. So all of a sudden, you know how the perps, they tend to start pulling up or whatever. So I had did my shopping, and I had a return. So I was gonna do like the return upon you know the purchases I had of being in the store. So, I kind of like do that all at the same time, and try to be up out of there. So, while shopping, I noticed that, so it was like 2 employees in the store. It was like, I'll just say a black female and a black male. So when I came into the store, the black male, as if he was like stocking. So, in like, in like the near, I'll just say near the registers, like as if he was stocking within the floor of near the registers or whatnot. And I noticed the female, she was up there like in different aisleways, as if she was told to watch me, and that's what they tend to do. Be all over the store and acting like they straighten up something, but they are watching you. So I did my shopping or whatever. So I made my way up to the register. So neither one of them was at the register. So all of a sudden, here she comes and knew that I was at the register, and she was like, "I'll take you over here." And so I had told her that I had a return. So she said, "Well, oh, he'll take you at the next register." So I made my way over to the next register, and then he came over there. And so I started noticing these perps that was behind me, and this one particular female perp. And she came in there, didn't get a buggy, didn't have like a basket or nothing like that. And so she went to go say something to the female, which she was kind of like near an aisleway near the register. And so, she was no longer at the register. So all the perps started lining up or whatnot. So I noticed this one particular female black perp. She like I said, she didn't have a buggy or basket or nothing like that. But I saw her going over saying something to the female employee. So and so I saw that she had like a smirk on her face. I was like, yeah, she's a perp. So in the meantime, the guy was assisting me with the return, and so he was on the phone because he had to check with I guess one of the other managers about the return. So so she ended up making her way over um, beside the register as if she was like waiting for him to get off the phone. But mind you, he was still on the phone. And so she gonna say to him, and he had the phone up to his ear. Do you have the key to the restroom? And so he ended up getting off the phone. And so instead of telling the female employee, giving her the keys or whatever because he was assisting me, he gonna tell me, well, oh, I'll, I'm a, as if he was gonna take her, walk her to the restroom so he can open up the door with the key or whatnot. And so in the meantime, she like looking like, like as if I interrupted that, you know. And so he comes back and was trying to find these items that I was trying to return on the receipts that I had. And so in the meantime, so supposedly she went to the restroom, made her way back over to the register, and when she was checked out, she was walking by and she had like a smirk on her face. And so I just said out loud, "Perp, oh perp," and that's what I said. And so you could tell she ain't never been in that store because how they had the doors is like so they had like an entrance and an exit. So they ended up locking the entrance, prior to me getting there. And so they only had one way you can come in and one way you can come out. So they had like the double doors, but they just ended up locking the entrance, and then you just had to go on the other side, which was right there, to go in and then to come out. And so she was appearing like she was gonna go out the closest like exit, but that was closed. That was even known prior to going into the store. And so what she ended up doing was sitting in the car until I had gotten done. And so mind you, was dealing with that excuse me, dealing with the return, and then had to do the transaction for the purchase. So I had thought about, so upon leaving, she ended up pulling off out of the parking lot because she was sitting there waiting for me to come out, and then I guess to report to the handler or whatever, that I was leaving out of the store. And then plus the of course the employees, they end up communicating with the perp handlers or whatever, that has informed them that you're on the premises. So so to make this long story short, I had thought about like later, what she was up to. So I'm gonna tell you what she was up to. So about a week ago, I had went to I was at a dollar store. It was the same dollar store, but it was at a different location, and it was over on the weekend. And so usually I don't like going to the stores on the weekend because that's when all the perps are out. They the ones that work or um, and the kids they're out of school on the weekend, and the stores tend to be crowded. And so I just happened to go to that this particular dollar store at another location, and so it ended up getting crowded, and so I had like some errands I had to run like after leaving that store, and so I said, well, let me go to the restroom. So when I had approached the restroom, it did have a sign on the door indicating that to inform like the employees that one of the employees that of getting the keys from the employee. But mind you, the door was kind of like it wasn't propped open, but you know how like one of those doors where it would close, and upon closing, it's a possibility that it'll lock behind. Afterwards, it'll kind of like lock behind close the door closing. So the door was kind of like where the you could see like the little lock part, and that was what was keeping the door open. And so and when I got to that store, it appeared like it was like one employee that was at the register, and I didn't see nobody else until after like getting close to of me checking out. One of the employees made their way up to the register, and then I ended up being in her line or whatnot. And so but the only employee I did see was the one at the register when I came in. So there was no need to go and inform them of getting the key because the door was already open. So I just went in the restaurant real quick and came back out because, like I said, I had some other errands to run, and I want to be like real quick with my errands because of the these little perps and the targeting that's going on. So long story short, the perp that I was telling you all about that asked for the keys for the restroom, what she was doing was indicating that I was being watched at that dollar store and that I didn't go and ask the employees for the key to the restroom. And like I told you all, there was no need to go and ask for a key because the door was was open. Now, mind you, they had a men's restroom across, but that door was locked. So if a man needed to use the restroom, they would have had to go and ask for the keys. But the women's was open, and like I said, it was kind of like where the lock was kind of like to where it was sticking out to where the door was like open, you know. Um, but that's what she was trying to indicate, that I was being watched, and because of the sign that was on the outside of the door of asking an employee about getting the key, about using the restroom, that you didn't ask um, you didn't ask the employee for a key to use the restroom, and that you was being watched. That's what she was doing. And see, that's how crazy they are. That's how crazy they are. And mind you, I had a basket, and I set my basket like kind of like you know, outside the restroom door, and we're near the restroom door. Um, but you know, um, went in, I didn't take no items in there, you know. And so when I came back out, I ended up getting my basket, and I kind of like got in line, but I was kind of like in and out of the line because it was like perps like that was getting in line and getting behind me. And so I was getting out of line to get away from them. But yeah, that's what she was indicating. You know, interrupting that guy when he was on the phone and asking him about a key to the restroom. And she had a smirk on her face. So that was the indication that I was being watched, that they knew that I went to the restroom. And that's probably what they went back and told the perp handlers. That's what I did when I was in that store. And it's like, you know, so what? You watching me that hard? Like something is literally wrong with them. And they think that behavior is normal, and it's not. That childish behavior is not normal at all. Sitting up here watching somebody, and then you want to act out and do some street theater, indicating that you're being watched. Something is wrong with that. Very wrong. And then they want to try to watch you in the store to try to set you up. And the thing about it is, it's not like that particular person was in the store. She just doing street theater, acting out something that they told her to do, to indicate that we were watching you at that other store. It was the same type of store, but it was at a different location. And so, mind you, when I was at this particular store, the perp that was had a smirk on her face, um, that particular store, I went in, got what I needed, and like I said, I had a return and a purchase. And it was as if all these perps was coming in there, you probably getting their little free stuff or however they get it, and they was in and out. But I was like one of the, and they want to indicate that, you know, you're the last one. You know, the perps came into the store watching and did what they needed to do, and they up out of there. Except for that one where she was like lingering behind, waiting for me to come out the store, and then that's when she started pulling off. And I'm like thinking to myself, you've been sitting here all along, so they be getting paid for that. And you know what? I want to say I thought that was some new tactic of, you know, because they want to do like little rude stuff and interrupt somebody, and I'm thinking like, is that a new tactic? But it dawned on me she was trying to act out of, you know, she went to go ask the employee for a key to the restroom, but you didn't do that when you was at that other store. See, that's just like, just real crazy. You weren't even at that other store. But see, that's how hard they watching. So these perps are all over the place. But this is gonna be part 2 to this video. And I was getting ready to head to bed, but I said I saw how this drone had moved over in the area where you see it now. And I thought I would do a video and then tell you all about that story of when I was in those dollar stores. So I will be posting this video. I'm going to end it here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching my channel.